The Pharaohs' secret mummification rituals. Boring history for sleep. Step back in time, dear listener, and let your mind drift to the sun-drenched sands of ancient Egypt, where the Nile River flows like a gentle heartbeat, cradling a civilization that sought to touch eternity. Close your eyes, feel the warm desert breeze carrying the faint scent of myrrh, and hear the distant hum of sacred chants. Tonight, we invite you to witness the incredible artistry and science behind the ancient Egyptian mummification process. Discover the hidden meanings, sacred ingredients, and fascinating techniques used to preserve the pharaohs' bodies for eternity. Let this soothing journey guide you into a state of calm as we unravel the mysteries of a world that believed in life beyond the stars. As we embark on this serene journey, dear listener, we invite you to join our community by subscribing to the channel. Share in the comments below where you re-listening from and what time it is there, whether you re-nestled under starlit skies or drifting off in the quiet of dawn. Your connection to this ancient tale weaves us closer together, like the threads of linen in a pharaoh's wrappings, creating a tapestry of shared wonder. Now, let's begin our exploration, carried gently by the rhythm of the Nile. Picture a land where the golden sun rises over a shimmering Nile, its waters reflecting the first light of dawn. This is ancient Egypt, a cradle of human civilization, where the boundaries between life and death blurred in a delicate dance of faith, ritual, and hope. As you settle into this moment, let your breath deepen, slow and steady, matching the gentle rhythm of the river's flow. The Egyptians believed that life on earth was but a fleeting moment, a single breath in the vast expanse of eternity. The body, fragile yet sacred, was the vessel that carried the soul into the afterlife, a journey that held the promise of eternal existence. This belief, as enduring as the stone pyramids that still stand today, was the heartbeat of their culture, a testament to their reverence for the divine, the eternal, and the unbreakable bond between the mortal and the immortal. In this ancient world, the pharaoh was no mere ruler. He was a living god, a divine intermediary whose presence ensured the harmony of the land. Picture him now, standing tall in a palace of alabaster, his shoulders draped in fine linen, his head crowned with gold that gleams like the sun. His eyes, steady and wise, carry the weight of divine responsibility, for he was believed to be the son of Ra, the sun god, and the embodiment of Horus, the falcon-headed deity of kingship. The pharaoh's life was a sacred mission, his rule a reflection of Maat, the cosmic principle of balance, truth, and order that held the universe together. As you imagine this regal figure, let the weight of his presence ground you, a quiet anchor in the flow of this story, inviting you to relax into its soothing cadence. The Egyptians' understanding of death was not one of finality, but of transformation. Death was a passage, a doorway to a new realm where the pharaoh would continue his reign among the gods. To ensure this journey, the body had to be preserved, whole and intact, for it was the vessel that housed the Ka, the life force, the spark of divinity that animated every living being. Alongside the Ka was the Ba, the personality that made each person unique, and the Hak, the transcendent spirit that would ascend to the stars. For these elements to reunite in the afterlife, the body had to endure, untouched by decay. Picture the priests, their robes flowing like the Nile's current, their voices soft and melodic as they prepared for the sacred rituals of mummification. This process, reserved primarily for the pharaohs, their families, and the highest nobles, was the key to eternity, a labor of love and faith that bound the living to the divine. As you breathe deeply, let the gravity of this belief settle over you, a gentle wave that carries you closer to peace. At the heart of these beliefs lay a rich mythology, woven into the very fabric of Egyptian life. Central to this tapestry was Osiris, the god of the afterlife, whose story of death and resurrection became the blueprint for mummification. Imagine the tale unfolding in the flicker of torchlight. Osiris, betrayed by his brother Set, was dismembered and scattered across the land. Yet, through the love and devotion of his wife, Isis, and the skill of Anubis, the jackal-headed god, he was made whole again, his body preserved as a symbol of eternal life. Picture Anubis now, his dark eyes gleaming with quiet compassion, his presence a steady guide for the soul. This myth was more than a story. It was a promise, a sacred truth, that death could be overcome, that the body could be restored, ready to dwell in the field of reeds, the Egyptians' vision of paradise. As you envision this tale, let its gentle rhythm soothe your mind, each word a soft step toward relaxation. The process of mummification was not merely a physical act, but a spiritual one, a sacred bridge between the earthly and the divine. Temples, grand and silent, stood as gateways to the gods, their walls carved with spells and prayers from the Book of the Dead. These texts, written on papyrus with the careful strokes of a scribe's reed pen, were guides for the soul, offering protection and wisdom for the perilous journey through the underworld. Imagine the soft scratch of the pen, the faint rustle of papyrus, as scribes inscribe spells to ward off dangers and invoke the favor of the gods. The priests trained in these sacred texts chanted hymns to Osiris, Anubis, and Mat, their voices blending with the evening breeze, carrying prayers to the heavens. As you listen, feel the serenity of their devotion, a quiet invitation to let go of the day's tensions and drift into calm. The Book of the Dead was a treasure of Egyptian spirituality, a collection of spells that guided the soul through trials and judgments. Picture the papyrus scrolls, their surfaces adorned with intricate illustrations of gods and demons, their words a map for navigating the afterlife. One of the most critical moments was the weighing of the heart, where the soul faced Mats's feather of truth. If the heart, weighed by Anubis, was lighter than the feather, the soul was deemed pure and granted passage to eternity. If not, it faced the devourer, Ammit, a fearsome creature who consumed the unworthy. Imagine the solemnity of this moment, the quiet anticipation as the scales tipped. As you reflect on this, let the balance of truth and justice calm your thoughts, a reminder that all things find their place in time. The Egyptians' reverence for the body extended beyond the pharaoh to the entire society, though the full rites of mummification were a privilege of the elite. Even commoners sought simpler forms of preservation, hoping to secure their own place in the afterlife. Picture the bustling markets of Memphis or Thebes, where artisans crafted amulets of faience and priests prepared sacred oils, their hands steady with purpose. The air was alive with the scent of incense, the murmur of prayers, and the quiet hope that life could endure beyond death. These markets were a microcosm of Egyptian life, where every trade, from weaving to metallurgy, contributed to the eternal quest. As you imagine this vibrant world, let its rhythm guide you, each sound and scent a step closer to rest. The Pharaoh's journey to eternity was not just a personal endeavor, but a cosmic one, tied to the stability of the land and the favor of the gods. The Egyptians believed that without the Pharaoh's eternal presence, chaos known as Isfit could unravel the world. Picture the priests, their faces lined with determination, as they performed rituals to ensure the Pharaoh's safe passage. Their work was a sacred trust, a labor that bound the living to the divine, ensuring that Mats's order prevailed. The entire community, from the humblest farmer to the highest priest, played a role in this mission, their efforts a testament to their shared faith. As you reflect on this unity, let it wrap around you like a warm embrace, a reminder of the power of collective devotion. The rituals of mummification were steeped in symbolism, each element a reflection of the Egyptians' understanding of life, death, and rebirth. The heart, seen as the seat of the soul, was preserved with care, for it would face judgment in the afterlife. Picture the priests handling it gently, their fingers brushing against its surface as they whispered prayers. Other organs, liver, lungs, stomach, and intestines were entrusted to the four sons of Horus, each protected by a canopic jar. Imagine these jars, their lids carved with the faces of Imsidi, Hapi, Duamutef, and Kebsenuf, standing watch like silent guardians. The use of natron, a salt harvested from the desert's edge, was a nod to purification, a return to the primal state of creation. Every material, from the oils to the linen, was chosen with intention, blessed in temple rituals to align with the divine. As you visualize this, let the intricate beauty of their craft soothe your mind. Each detail, a thread in a tapestry of calm. The Egyptians' obsession with eternity was born of hope, not fear, a hope that life, in all its beauty, could endure forever. Their art, their architecture, their rituals, all were expressions of this belief, a testament to a civilization that looked to the stars and dreamed of immortality. Picture the great pyramids of Giza, their stones warm under the setting sun, their shadows stretching across the sands. These monuments, like the mummified bodies within, were built to last forever, to carry the Pharaoh's legacy into the ages. The Sphinx, silent and watchful, stood as a guardian of this dream, its gaze fixed on the horizon. As you imagine this scene, let its grandeur fill you with awe, a quiet wonder that invites you to drift closer to sleep. The role of the priests in this process was paramount, for they were the keepers of sacred knowledge. Picture them in their temples, their hands stained with incense, their voices rising in hymns that echoed through the stone halls. These men, often from noble families, dedicated their lives to the service of the gods, learning the intricate rituals that ensured the pharaoh's immortality. Their training was rigorous, spanning years of study in theology, astronomy, and medicine. Imagine them poring over scrolls by lamplight, memorizing the spells that would guide the soul. Their devotion was a quiet force, a steady current that flowed through every aspect of Egyptian life. As you listen, let their faith inspire a sense of peace, a gentle guide toward rest. The Egyptians' belief in the afterlife was also shaped by their environment, the cycles of the Nile, the rising and setting of the sun, the turning of the seasons. Picture the annual flooding of the Nile, its waters bringing life to the desert, a symbol of renewal that mirrored their hopes for the afterlife. The sun, Ra's golden orb, was a daily reminder of death and rebirth, its journey across the sky, a metaphor for the soul's passage. The stars, too, held meaning, with constellations like Orion linked to Osiris, guiding the pharaoh to his eternal home. As you imagine this cosmic dance, let its rhythm lull you, a steady pulse that carries you toward calm. The preparation for mummification began long before death, as the pharaoh and his court planned for the inevitable. Picture the royal workshops, where artisans crafted coffins and amulets, their hands moving with precision. Imagine the scribes composing spells, their pens scratching out prayers that would echo through eternity. Even the pharaoh himself played a role, commissioning temples and tombs that would house his body and soul. This preparation was a lifelong endeavor, a reflection of the Egyptians' belief that death was not an end, but a continuation. As you reflect on this, let the foresight of their planning calm your thoughts, a reminder that every step was taken with care. The Egyptians' reverence for the body was also a reflection of their respect for the natural world. The materials used in mummification, natron, linen, oils, were gifts of the earth, harvested with gratitude and blessed with prayers. Picture the workers in the Wadi Natrun, gathering salt under the blazing sun, their hands calloused yet reverent. Imagine the women weaving linen in the villages, their looms humming with purpose. These acts, small yet significant, were part of a larger tapestry, a collective effort to honor the divine. As you envision this, let the harmony of their work soothe your mind, each task a piece of a sacred whole. The pharaoh's journey to eternity was a communal endeavor, supported by a society that believed in the power of ritual. Picture the festivals that marked the pharaoh's passing. The crowds gathered along the Nile, their voices raised in mourning and hope. Imagine the priests leading processions, their staffs tapping softly against the stone, their chants filling the air. These rituals were a celebration of life, a reminder that the pharaoh's journey was a shared one, uniting the living and the dead. As you listen, let this sense of community wrap around you, a warm embrace that carries you closer to rest. The Egyptians' belief in eternity was also a source of comfort, a way to make sense of a world that could be unpredictable and harsh. Picture the desert storms, the floods, the challenges of life in an ancient land. Yet through their faith, the Egyptians found meaning, a belief that every hardship had a purpose, that every life was part of a larger story. The pharaoh, as the embodiment of this belief, was a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in death there was beauty. As you reflect on this, let their hope fill you, a gentle light that guides you toward peace. The legacy of ancient Egypt is one of resilience, of faith, and of an unyielding desire to transcend the mortal coil. The pharaohs, their priests, and their people poured their hearts into the rituals of mummification, believing that through them they could touch the divine. As you rest now, imagine the Nile flowing gently under a star-filled sky, its waters carrying the echoes of ancient chants. The pharaoh's quest for eternity is a story of humanity itself, a story of hope, of love, and of the eternal search for meaning. Let this story wrap around you like the soft linen of a mummy's wrappings, gentle and comforting, guiding you into a place of deep, restful peace. High on a cliff, overlooking the winding Nile, stands a temple dedicated to Anubis, the jackal-headed god of mummification. Its stone walls, weathered by time, are bathed in the golden glow of the setting sun. Inside, a sacred space hums with quiet reverence, where the air is thick with the scent of myrrh, and the faint flicker of oil lamps casts dancing shadows on the walls. This is the embalmer's workshop, a sanctuary where the art of preservation unfolds a delicate, sacred dance of science and spirituality that spans 70 days. As you imagine this scene, let your breath deepen, matching the slow, deliberate rhythm of the rituals about to unfold. Each step, each gesture is a prayer, a promise of eternity woven into the very fabric of the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife. The process of mummification was no simple task. It was a masterpiece of precision, guided by the hands of skilled embalmers who were both artisans and priests. Picture them now, their robes flowing softly, their faces calm with purpose as they begin their sacred work. These men, trained in the secrets of their craft, were revered in Egyptian society, their knowledge passed down through generations like a sacred flame. They were not merely preserving a body, they were crafting immortality, ensuring the pharaoh's Ka, his eternal soul, could thrive in the afterlife. As you listen, let the weight of their responsibility settle gently over you, a reminder of the care and devotion poured into this ancient art. The first step was the careful removal of the internal organs, a process carried out with reverence and precision. Imagine the embalmers gathered around the body, their tools gleaming faintly in the lamplight, bronze hooks, obsidian blades, and polished stone instruments, each chosen for its purpose. The brain, considered less significant in Egyptian belief, was delicately extracted through the nose using a long, curved hook. Picture the slow, methodical movement of the embalmer's hands, their focus unwavering as they worked to honor the body. The brain was set aside, often discarded, as the Egyptians believed it held no role in the afterlife. Instead, their focus was on the heart, the sacred seat of the soul, which was left intact within the body. As you envision this, let the rhythm of their careful work lull you, each motion a step toward eternity. The other vital organs, liver, lungs, stomach, and intestines, were treated with equal care, each placed in its own canopic jar, a vessel crafted to protect the pharaoh's essence. Picture these jars, their lids carved with the faces of the 4 sons of Horus: Imsidi, with a human head, guarding the liver; Hapi, with the head of a baboon, protecting the lungs; Duamutef, with a jackal's head, watching over the stomach, and Kebisanuf, with a falcon's head, safeguarding the intestines. These deities, silent and eternal, stood as sentinels, their presence a comfort to the soul. The jars, often made of alabaster or limestone, were polished to a soft sheen, their surfaces cool to the touch. As you imagine them lined up in the dim light, let their quiet strength ease your mind, a symbol of protection that carries you toward calm. Once the organs were removed, the body was cleansed with palm wine, its sweet, earthy scent filling the air. This act was both practical and symbolic, purifying the body and preparing it for the next phase. Picture the gentle splash of liquid, the soft murmur of prayers as the embalmers worked. The wine, infused with herbs, was believed to cleanse not only the physical body, but also its spiritual essence, aligning it with the purity of the gods. The air in the workshop grew heavy with the fragrance, mingling with the smoke of burning incense, frankincense, and myrrh, their aromas weaving a tapestry of sanctity. As you breathe in this moment, let the scents envelop you, their warmth a soothing embrace that invites relaxation. The body was then covered in natron, a natural salt harvested from the dry lake beds of Wadi Natron, a place kissed by the desert's endless sun. Imagine the embalmers scooping handfuls of this shimmering, crystalline salt, its grains catching the light like tiny stars. Natron was the key to preservation, drawing moisture from the body over the course of 40 days. Picture the body resting on a slanted stone table, surrounded by mounds of natron, its surface glistening as it worked its quiet magic. The salt was more than a tool. It was a symbol of rebirth, a return to the primal purity of creation. The Egyptians believed that life began in the waters of chaos, and natron, born of the earth, was a bridge back to that sacred beginning. As you visualize this process, let the slow, steady passage of time calm your thoughts, each grain of salt a whisper of eternity. During this time, the embalmers worked with patience, checking the body daily, their hands brushing away excess salt with care. The workshop was a place of silence, broken only by the soft chants of prayers to Anubis, the god who oversaw their craft. Picture the priests, their voices low and melodic, invoking Anubis's guidance as they worked. The air was cool, the stone walls of the workshop holding the desert's heat at bay, creating a space where time seemed to pause. As you imagine this, let the stillness of the scene wash over you, a gentle tide that carries you deeper into peace. Once the body was fully desiccated, it was time to anoint it with sacred oils and resins. Picture the embalmers dipping their fingers into jars of myrrh, cedar, and cassia, their movements deliberate and reverent. These substances, imported from distant lands like Punt, were prized for their fragrance and their power to preserve. The myrrh, with its deep, resinous scent, was believed to connect the body to the divine, its aroma a bridge to the gods. Cedar oil, rich and woody, strengthened the skin, while cassia added a warm, spicy note to the air. Imagine the embalmers massaging these oils into the body, their hands moving in slow, rhythmic circles, each touch a prayer for protection. As you listen, let the imagined scent of these oils fill your senses, their warmth a comforting presence that draws you closer to rest. The body, now preserved and anointed, was ready for its final transformation, the wrapping. This was perhaps the most intricate part of the process, a ritual that could take weeks to complete. Picture the embalmers unrolling long strips of linen, their texture soft yet strong, woven by artisans who understood the sacredness of their craft. The linen was often dyed with subtle hues: saffron yellow, pale blue, or the pure white of the desert moon. Each strip was carefully wound around the body, layer upon layer, in a pattern that was both functional and symbolic. The wrapping was a cocoon, a second skin that shielded the pharaoh's soul from the chaos of the afterlife. As you envision this, let the slow, methodical rhythm of the wrapping soothe your mind, each fold a step toward serenity. Within the layers of linen, the embalmers placed amulets, small, gleaming charms carved from faience, gold, or precious stones. Picture a scarab, its green surface shimmering like a beetle's wing, placed over the heart to ensure its truth in the afterlife. The Eye of Horus, a symbol of protection, was tucked between the folds, its curves catching the light. These amulets were not mere decorations. They were spells, imbued with magic to guide and guard the soul. Imagine the embalmers whispering prayers as they positioned each one, their voices blending with the soft rustle of linen. As you listen, let the image of these amulets, small yet powerful, fill you with a sense of safety, their presence a quiet promise of peace. The wrapping process was a labor of love, each layer a testament to the embalmer's skill and devotion. Picture the body taking shape, its form gradually obscured by the linen, transforming into something eternal, almost divine. The final layers were coated with resin, creating a hard protective shell that gleamed in the lamplight. This resin, warm and golden, sealed the body against time, its surface smooth to the touch. The embalmers worked with care, ensuring no seam was left unsealed, no fold out of place. As you imagine this, let the precision of their craft calm your thoughts, each layer a step closer to the eternal. The embalmer's work was not done in isolation. It was a communal effort, supported by a network of artisans and priests. Picture the weavers in the villages, their looms humming as they crafted the linen, their hands calloused yet gentle. Imagine the merchants who traveled to distant lands, bringing back myrrh and cedar, their caravans winding through the desert under starlit skies. The entire community, from the humblest worker to the highest priest, played a role in this sacred process, their efforts woven into the Pharaoh's journey. As you reflect on this, let the sense of unity and purpose envelop you, a reminder of the power of collective devotion. The process of mummification was also a reflection of the Egyptians' understanding of the cosmos. Each step mirrored the cycle of creation, death, and rebirth, a cycle they saw in the rising and setting of the sun, the flooding of the Nile, and the turning of the stars. Picture the embalmers pausing to look up at the night sky, their eyes tracing the path of Orion, believed to be the constellation of Osiris. The act of mummification was a way to align the pharaoh with this cosmic rhythm, ensuring his place among the gods. As you imagine this, let the vastness of the universe fill your mind, its quiet beauty a soothing backdrop to your thoughts. The materials used in mummification were chosen not only for their practical properties, but for their spiritual significance. Natron, for example, was harvested from sacred sites, its purity a reflection of the god's own essence. The oils and resins were often blessed in temple rituals, their containers inscribed with prayers. Even the linen was woven with intention, its threads spun during specific lunar phases to align with the divine. Picture the care with which each material was selected, the reverence with which it was handled. As you listen, let this attention to detail calm your mind, each element a piece of a larger, sacred puzzle. The embalmers themselves were figures of quiet authority, their knowledge a blend of science, art, and faith. They were often members of priestly orders, their lives dedicated to the service of Anubis. Picture them training for years, learning the secrets of anatomy, the properties of herbs, and the rhythms of the rituals. Their work was both physical and spiritual, requiring not only skill, but a deep connection to the divine. Imagine the embalmers pausing to pray, their heads bowed in reverence, their hearts open to the gods. As you envision this, let their devotion inspire a sense of peace, their faith a gentle guide toward rest. The 70 days of mummification were a time of transformation, not only for the body, but for the soul. The Egyptians believed that during this period, the Ka was preparing for its journey, guided by the rituals and prayers of the living. Picture the embalmers working through the night, their lamps burning low, their voices soft with chants. The workshop was a liminal space, a bridge between life and death, where the mortal and the divine met. As you imagine this, let the quiet power of this moment wash over you, a reminder that even in transition, there is beauty and purpose. The process of mummification was not without its challenges. The desert heat, the delicate balance of timing, and the need for absolute precision required constant vigilance. Picture the embalmers adjusting their work to the seasons, ensuring the natron was applied at the right moment, the resins warmed to the perfect consistency. Their expertise was a testament to centuries of refinement, a craft honed through trial and error. As you reflect on this, let the embalmer's perseverance soothe your thoughts, their dedication a quiet anchor in the flow of time. As the body neared completion, it was adorned with a mask, often crafted from gold or cartonnage, a material made of linen and plaster. Picture the mask, its features serene yet regal, capturing the pharaoh's likeness for eternity. This mask was more than a portrait. It was a guide for the bow, helping it recognize its body in the afterlife. Imagine the embalmers placing the mask with care, their hands steady as they aligned it perfectly. The mask gleamed in the lamplight, its surface reflecting the hopes of a civilization. As you visualize this, let the image of the mask fill you with a sense of calm, its beauty a beacon in the darkness. The final act of mummification was the placement of the body in its coffin, a wooden or stone sarcophagus carved with spells and symbols. Picture the coffin, its surface intricate with hieroglyphs, its interior lined with soft linen. The embalmers would lower the body gently, their movements slow and reverent, as if laying a god to rest. The coffin was sealed with resin, its lid heavy with the weight of eternity. As you imagine this, let the finality of the act bring you peace, a sense of completion that invites you to let go. The art of preservation was a testament to the Egyptians' ingenuity, their faith, and their unwavering belief in the afterlife. Each step, from the removal of organs to the final wrapping, was a prayer, a promise, a bridge to eternity. As you rest now, imagine the embalmers stepping back, their work complete, their hearts full of quiet pride. The body, once mortal, is now eternal, ready to join the gods in the field of reeds. Let this image wrap around you, a soft cocoon of calm, guiding you gently towards sleep. The Pharaoh's journey continues, and you, dear listener, are carried along on its gentle tide. As the Pharaoh's body was prepared, transformed into an eternal vessel through the sacred art of mummification, another marvel was taking shape, a monument to immortality, a resting place designed to bridge the earthly and the divine. Picture the great pyramids of Giza, their limestone surfaces glowing softly under the desert sun, their edges sharp against the endless blue sky. Or imagine the hidden chambers of the Valley of the Kings, carved deep into the cliffs, their entrances shrouded in shadow and mystery. These were not mere graves, dear listener, but gateways to the afterlife, sacred spaces where the Pharaoh's soul would begin its journey to eternity. As you settle deeper into this moment, let your breath slow, matching the quiet rhythm of the stones, and allow the serenity of this ancient world to envelop you, guiding you toward a place of peace. The construction of a pharaoh's tomb was a monumental undertaking, a labor that began years, sometimes decades, before his death. Picture the quarries along the Nile, where workers toiled under the sun, their chisels ringing against stone as they carved massive blocks of limestone and granite. These stones, some weighing as much as 15 tons, were transported across the desert and river, guided by engineers whose knowledge rivaled the priest's wisdom. Imagine the rhythmic creak of wooden sledges, the chants of laborers as they pulled the stones across the sand, their voices rising in unison under the watchful gaze of overseers. Each block was a piece of eternity, carefully shaped to form the walls of a tomb that would stand for millennia. As you visualize this, let the steady rhythm of their labor lull you, a testament to the Egyptians' devotion to their divine ruler. The pyramids, those iconic monuments of the Old Kingdom, were perhaps the most awe-inspiring of these resting places. Picture the Great Pyramid of Khufu, its base a perfect square, its sides rising at a precise angle to meet at a single point, a beacon to the heavens. The pyramid was more than a tomb. It was a ladder to the stars, a physical manifestation of the pharaoh's ascent to join Ra, the sun god, in his celestial journey. The Egyptians believed that the pyramid's shape mirrored the primeval mound, the first land to emerge from the waters of chaos at the dawn of creation. As you imagine standing before this colossal structure, its surface warm under your hand, let its grandeur fill you with a sense of wonder, a quiet awe that invites you to drift closer to rest. In later eras, as the pyramids gave way to hidden tombs in the Valley of the Kings, the Egyptians turned to the cliffs of Thebes, carving intricate chambers deep into the rock. Picture the narrow passages, their walls smooth and cool, leading to a series of rooms adorned with vibrant paintings and hieroglyphs. These underground sanctuaries were designed to protect the pharaoh from tomb robbers, their entrances concealed by stone and sand. Imagine the silence of these chambers, broken only by the faint echo of a priest's footsteps as he performed the final rituals. The air was heavy with the scent of incense, the walls alive with stories of the pharaoh's life and his divine destiny. As you envision this, let the stillness of the tomb wrap around you, a cocoon of calm that soothes your mind. The walls of these tombs were not merely decorative. They were a canvas for the sacred, covered in hieroglyphs and scenes that told the story of the pharaoh's journey. Picture the intricate carvings, their lines sharp and precise, depicting the gods Osiris, Anubis, and Hathor, their faces serene yet powerful. Each hieroglyph was a spell, a prayer from the Book of the Dead, designed to guide the soul through the underworld. Imagine the scribes, their hands steady as they etched these symbols, their minds focused on the sacred task. The spells spoke of protection, of safe passage through the trials of the afterlife, and of the pharaoh's reunion with the gods. As you listen, let the rhythm of these ancient words flow over you, each syllable a soft whisper of eternity. Among the most vivid scenes were those of the weighing of the heart, a moment of judgment that determined the soul's fate. Picture the scales gleaming in the dim light, with the pharaoh's heart on one side and Ma'at's feather of truth on the other. Anubis, his jackal head bowed, oversees the ritual, while Thoth, the ibis-headed god of wisdom, records the outcome. If the heart was pure, the soul would pass to the field of reeds. If not, it faced the devourer, Amit. Imagine the tension of this moment, yet let its solemnity calm you, a reminder that truth and balance govern all things. The hieroglyphs, painted in vibrant reds, blues, and golds, brought these scenes to life, their colors glowing in the torchlight. As you visualize this, let the beauty of the art soothe your thoughts, each stroke a step toward peace. Within the tomb, treasures were placed to accompany the pharaoh in the afterlife, each item chosen with care and imbued with meaning. Picture the golden mask of Tutankhamun, its serene face capturing the young king's likeness, its surface inlaid with lapis lazuli and turquoise. This mask was not just a portrait, but a guide for the Ba, ensuring it could recognize its body in the afterlife. Imagine the gleam of gold, the soft clink of amulets as they were arranged around the sarcophagus. Jewelry, crafted with exquisite skill, adorned the body necklaces of carnelian and faience, rings of gold, and bracelets shaped like scarabs. As you envision these treasures, let their beauty wash over you, a gentle tide that carries you closer to rest. The tomb was filled with offerings, each a gift to sustain the pharaoh in eternity. Picture jars of honey, their contents sweet and golden, placed to nourish the soul. Imagine baskets of bread, their crusts baked to perfection, and amphorae of wine, their aroma rich and earthy. Incense burners, carved from alabaster, released clouds of frankincense and myrrh, their scents lingering in the air. These offerings were not mere provisions, but symbols of life, a reminder that the pharaoh's existence would continue in the afterlife. Picture the priests arranging these items, their movements slow and reverent, their prayers soft as they invoked the gods' blessings. As you listen, let the fragrance of incense fill your senses, a calming presence that invites you to relax. Perhaps the most striking of the tomb's contents were the boats, crafted to carry the pharaoh across the celestial river. Picture a solar bark, its wood polished to a soft sheen, its prow adorned with the head of a falcon. These boats, often miniature yet exquisitely detailed, were symbols of the pharaoh's journey with Ra, the sun god, across the sky. Imagine the craftsmen carving these vessels, their hands steady as they shaped the wood, their minds focused on the sacred task. The boats were placed near the sarcophagus, ready to sail through the heavens. As you visualize this, let the image of the boat gliding through the stars lull you, a gentle motion that carries you toward sleep. The tomb was also home to statues, each a guardian of the pharaoh's soul. Picture the Ashabti figures, small and intricately carved, their arms crossed and their faces serene. These figures, often numbering in the hundreds, were designed to serve the pharaoh in the afterlife, performing tasks so he could rest in peace. Imagine the artisans shaping these statues, their chisels tapping softly against the stone, their work a prayer for eternity. Larger statues of gods and goddesses Anubis, Horus, Isis stood watch over the tomb, their presence a constant reminder of divine protection. As you envision these figures, let their quiet strength ease your mind, a symbol of safety that guides you toward calm. The construction of the tomb was a feat of engineering, requiring the skills of architects, masons, and artists. Picture the architects, their plans drawn on papyrus, calculating the angles of the pyramid or the depth of the underground chambers. Imagine the masons, their hands calloused from years of work, fitting each stone with precision. The artists, their brushes dipped in vibrant pigments, brought the walls to life, their scenes a bridge between the mortal and the divine. This collective effort was a testament to the Egyptians' devotion, a labor that spanned generations. As you reflect on this, let the harmony of their work soothe your thoughts, each contribution a piece of a sacred whole. The tomb's design was also steeped in symbolism, reflecting the Egyptians' understanding of the cosmos. The pyramid's shape, with its four sides converging at a single point, was a nod to the rays of the sun, a pathway for the pharaoh's soul to ascend. The underground chambers of the Valley of the Kings were aligned with the stars, their passages oriented to guide the soul toward Orion, the constellation of Osiris. Picture the architects consulting star charts, their eyes fixed on the night sky, their calculations ensuring the tomb's cosmic alignment. As you imagine this, let the vastness of the universe fill your mind, its quiet beauty a soothing backdrop to your thoughts. The rituals performed within the tomb were as intricate as the mummification process itself. Picture the opening of the mouth ceremony, a rite performed to restore the pharaoh's senses in the afterlife. Imagine the priests, their staffs adorned with sacred symbols, touching the mummy's face with tools shaped like adzes and chisels. Their chants, soft and rhythmic, filled the chamber, invoking the gods to breathe life into the pharaoh's soul. This ceremony, performed in the tomb's innermost sanctum, was a moment of profound significance, a final blessing before the tomb was sealed. As you listen, let the rhythm of their chants lull you, a steady pulse that carries you toward peace. The tomb was not just a resting place, but a microcosm of the universe, a world unto itself where time stood still. Picture the sarcophagus, its stone surface carved with spells, its interior lined with gold. Imagine the mummy resting within, surrounded by treasures and offerings, its presence a silent testament to the pharaoh's divinity. The chamber was sealed with great care, its entrance hidden to protect the pharaoh from intruders. Picture the priests performing the final rites, their voices echoing in the darkness, their prayers a bridge to eternity. As you envision this, let the finality of the act bring you peace, a sense of completion that invites you to let go. The tomb as treasures were not just material wealth, but symbols of the pharaoh as power and divinity. Picture the chariots, their wheels polished and ready for battle, placed to carry the pharaoh through the afterlife. Imagine the furniture, carved from ebony and inlaid with ivory, designed to provide comfort in eternity. Jewelry, weapons, and even games were included, each item a piece of the pharaoh's life, a reminder of his earthly reign. As you visualize these treasures, let their beauty wash over you, a gentle tide that carries you closer to rest. The Egyptians believed that the tomb was a living space, a place where the Ka could return to partake of offerings. Picture the priests visiting the tomb after its sealing, leaving fresh bread, wine, and incense at its entrance. Imagine the Ka, a shimmering presence, moving through the chambers, sustained by the love and devotion of the living. This belief in the tomb's vitality was a source of comfort, a reminder that the pharaoh's presence endured. As you reflect on this, let the continuity of their faith soothe your mind, a gentle assurance that life persists beyond death. The construction of the tomb was also a communal endeavor, uniting the people in a shared purpose. Picture the villages along the Nile, their inhabitants contributing to the pharaoh's eternal home. Imagine the farmers providing food for the workers, the weavers crafting linen for the tomb's furnishings, the priests blessing each stone as it was laid. This collective effort was a reflection of the Egyptians' belief in Mat, the harmony that bound them together. As you listen, let this sense of community wrap around you, a warm embrace that carries you closer to rest. The tomb's significance extended beyond the pharaoh to the entire society, for it was a symbol of Egypt's strength and continuity. Picture the people gathering to celebrate the tomb's completion, their voices raised in songs of praise. Imagine the festivals that marked the pharaoh's burial, the processions winding through the streets, the air filled with the scent of flowers and incense. These moments were a celebration of life, a reminder that the pharaoh's journey was a shared one. As you envision this, let the joy of their unity fill you, a gentle light that guides you toward peace. The legacy of the pharaoh's tomb is one of enduring wonder, a testament to a civilization that believed in the power of eternity. Picture the pyramids standing tall against the horizon, their stones weathered yet unyielding, their presence a silent promise of immortality. Imagine the hidden chambers of the Valley of the Kings, their secrets guarded by the cliffs, their stories whispered in the wind. These tombs, like the mummified bodies within, were built to last forever, to carry the pharaoh's legacy into the ages. As you rest now, let the image of these monuments fill you with awe, a quiet wonder that invites you to drift closer to sleep. The pharaoh's eternal home was a masterpiece of art, engineering, and faith, a space where the mortal and the divine met. Picture the final moments before the tomb was sealed, the priests standing in silence, their hearts full of reverence. Imagine the heavy stone door closing, its surface carved with spells, its weight a symbol of finality. The tomb, now sealed, was a world unto itself, a place where the pharaoh's soul could rest in peace, surrounded by the treasures and prayers of his people. As you listen, let this image wrap around you, a soft cocoon of calm, guiding you gently toward sleep. The pharaoh's journey continues, and you, dear listener, are carried along on its gentle tide. Now, dear listener, let your mind gently drift from the ancient sands of Egypt to the present day, where the mysteries of the pharaohs are illuminated by the soft glow of modern science. Picture a quiet laboratory, its air cool and sterile, where researchers stand bathed in the gentle hum of advanced machines. The faint flicker of computer screens casts a soft light, revealing images of mummies that have rested in silence for millennia. These ancient relics, once revered as sacred vessels, are now windows to the past, offering secrets about the lives, deaths, and artistry of a civilization that sought eternity. As you settle into this moment, let your breath slow, matching the calm rhythm of discovery, and allow the blend of ancient wonder and modern curiosity to guide you toward a place of peace. The study of mummification in modern times is a bridge between worlds, a dialogue between the ancient and the contemporary. Imagine a team of scientists, their faces lit by the pale glow of a CT scanner, as they peer into the layers of a mummy's wrappings, without disturbing its rest. These machines, with their quiet hum and precise imaging, reveal details invisible to the naked eye bones, organs, even the faint outlines of amulets tucked within the linen. Picture the screen displaying a three-dimensional model of a pharaoh's body, its features preserved as if frozen in time. The technology, advanced yet unobtrusive, allows us to see the heart, still nestled in its place, or the delicate structure of a hand, its fingers curled as if in eternal repose. As you envision this, let the gentle hum of the scanner soothe your thoughts, a reminder that even in the modern world, the past speaks softly to those who listen. CT scans have revolutionized the study of mummies, offering insights into the health, diet, and lives of those who walked the Nile's banks thousands of years ago. Imagine a researcher, her eyes focused on the screen, noting the signs of arthritis in a pharaoh's joints or the remnants of a meal preserved in the stomach. These scans reveal not just the physical, but the human stories of lives lived, of ailments endured, of moments that shaped a ruler's existence. Picture the delicate bones of a child king, perhaps Tutankhamun, whose brief life is now a tapestry of data, each thread a clue to his story. The technology, with its quiet precision, uncovers fractures, infections, and even evidence of genetic conditions, painting a picture of a civilization that was both divine and deeply human. As you reflect on this, let the rhythm of discovery calm your mind, each finding a gentle whisper from the past. Beyond imaging, chemical analysis has unveiled the secrets of the materials used in mummification. Picture a laboratory bench lined with vials and microscopes, where scientists analyze fragments of resin, natron, and linen. Imagine the soft clink of glass as a researcher assesses a sample of myrrh, its scent faintly lingering even after millennia. These analyses reveal the composition of sacred oils myrrh from distant Punt, cedar from Lebanon, cassia from the Far East, showing the vast trade networks that connected Egypt to the world. Picture the data scrolling across a screen, revealing the molecular structure of a resin, its properties a testament to the embalmer's skill. The natron, once harvested from the Wadi Natron, is now studied for its mineral content, its purity a key to its preservative power. As you visualize this, let the meticulous care of modern science mirror the ancient embalmer's precision, a soothing rhythm that draws you closer to rest. Recent discoveries have deepened our understanding of how mummification evolved over time. Picture an archaeologist uncovering a new tomb in the Valley of the Kings, the air heavy with the scent of dust and time. Imagine the excitement, tempered by reverence, as a mummy is revealed, its wrappings intact, its amulets gleaming faintly in the torchlight. These finds, often aided by ground-penetrating radar, have uncovered mummies from different eras, showing how techniques changed from the Old Kingdom, simple wrappings, to the New Kingdom as intricate artistry. Picture a researcher noting the differences in linen quality, the shift from crude resins to refined mixtures, or the increasing complexity of amulets. Each discovery is a piece of a larger puzzle, a story of adaptation and refinement that spans centuries. As you listen, let the slow unveiling of these secrets calm your thoughts. Each find a gentle step toward understanding. One such discovery was the analysis of Tutankhamun's mummy, a moment that captivated the world. Picture the young king, his golden mask iconic, his body carefully scanned in a mobile CT unit near his tomb. Imagine the researchers, their voices hushed, as they uncovered evidence of a life cut short perhaps by illness or injury, though the exact cause remains a mystery. The scans revealed the care taken in his mummification, the precise placement of amulets, the layers of resin that sealed his body. Picture the data, a digital map of his remains, showing the delicate structure of his spine, the faint traces of a broken leg. These findings, shared with the world, brought Tutankhamun closer to us, a reminder that even a god-king was human. As you envision this, let the intimacy of this discovery soothe your mind, a connection across millennia that invites peace. Another breakthrough came with the study of the mummy portraits from the Greco-Roman period, blending Egyptian and classical traditions. Picture these portraits, painted on wooden panels, their faces vivid with wide eyes and serene expressions placed over the mummies' faces. Imagine a researcher examining one under infrared light, revealing hidden sketches beneath the paint, a glimpse into the artist's process. These portraits, often of ordinary citizens, show how mummification became more accessible in later periods, a practice no longer reserved for the elite. Picture the delicate brushstrokes, the colors still vibrant after centuries, telling stories of lives lived in a changing Egypt. As you reflect on this, let the beauty of these faces calm your thoughts, their humanity a gentle bridge to the past. The use of DNA analysis has further illuminated the lives of the mummies. Picture a laboratory, its air cool and quiet, where scientists extract tiny samples from a mummy's tissue. Imagine the delicate process, the careful handling of fragments as old as the pyramids. These samples, analyzed with cutting-edge technology, reveal familial ties, genetic markers, and even traces of diseases like malaria or tuberculosis. Picture the data, a sequence of letters on a screen, telling the story of a pharaoh's lineage or a noble's heritage. The discovery of Tutankhamun's family connections, for example, confirmed his parentage, linking him to Akhenaten and the enigmatic queen Nefertiti. As you visualize this, let the precision of science soothe your mind, each sequence a whisper of history that carries you toward rest. These modern techniques have also shed light on the embalmer's artistry. Picture a chemist analyzing the resins used in mummification, their molecular structure revealing a blend of pine resin, beeswax, and plant oils. Imagine the surprise as researchers discovered that some mummies were treated with imported bitumen, a tar-like substance from the Middle East, showing the lengths to which the Egyptians went to perfect their craft. Picture the laboratory, its equipment humming softly, as scientists recreate these ancient recipes, testing their preservative properties. These experiments, blending science and history, reveal the ingenuity of the embalmers, their knowledge a precursor to modern chemistry. As you listen, let the blend of ancient and modern calm your thoughts, a testament to the timelessness of human curiosity. Yet, as we peer into the past, questions of respect and ethics arise, casting a gentle shadow over these discoveries. Picture a museum, its halls quiet, where a mummy lies in a glass case, its wrappings worn but intact. Imagine visitors pausing, their whispers soft, as they gaze upon a body once revered as sacred. The mummies, crafted with such care by the Egyptians, are now objects of study and display, their presence a source of wonder but also debate. Picture scholars gathered in a conference room, their voices measured, discussing how to honor the dead while advancing knowledge. Should mummies be unwrapped, scanned, or displayed? Should their remains be returned to Egypt or preserved in museums for future generations? As you reflect on this, let the weight of these questions settle gently, a reminder that even in discovery, there is a need for reverence. The ethical considerations extend to the handling of the mummies themselves. Picture a conservator, her hands gloved, gently stabilizing a mummy's linen to prevent decay. Imagine the care taken to ensure the body remains intact, the use of climate-controlled cases to mimic the dry desert air. These efforts, quiet and meticulous, reflect a modern respect for the ancient, a commitment to preserving the pharaoh's legacy. Picture a curator designing an exhibit, their goal to tell the mummy's story with dignity, balancing education with reverence. The mummies, once divine, are now ambassadors of their culture, their presence a bridge between worlds. As you envision this, let the care of these efforts soothe your mind, a gentle assurance that the past is honored. Museums play a vital role in this dialogue, inviting us to connect with the ancient world. Picture the Egyptian Museum in Cairo, its halls filled with the soft glow of display lights, where mummies rest alongside their treasures. Imagine walking through these halls, the air cool and quiet, As you pass the golden mask of Tutankhamun or the canopic jars of a forgotten noble, the exhibits, carefully curated, tell stories of lives lived, of beliefs held, of a civilization that dreamed of eternity. Picture the labels, their text simple yet profound, explaining the significance of each artifact. As you listen, let the atmosphere of the museum calm your thoughts, each display a window into a world that continues to inspire. The study of mummies has also sparked public fascination, weaving the ancient into the fabric of modern culture. Picture a documentary playing on a screen, its narrator's voice soft and measured, recounting the discovery of a new tomb. Imagine children in a classroom, their eyes wide as they learn about the pharaohs, their imaginations sparked by tales of mummies and pyramids. The image of the mummy, wrapped in linen, has become a symbol of mystery, appearing in films, books, and art. Picture a movie theater, its lights dim, as a story of ancient Egypt unfolds, blending fact with fiction. As you reflect on this, let the enduring allure of the mummies soothe your mind, a reminder that their legacy lives on in our stories. The discoveries of modern science have also deepened our appreciation for the Egyptians' ingenuity. Picture a researcher analyzing the diet of a mummy, their findings revealing a life sustained by bread, fish, and dates. Imagine the surprise as scans uncover evidence of surgical techniques, such as trepanation, showing the Egyptians' advanced medical knowledge. These findings, shared through journals and lectures, paint a picture of a civilization that was not only spiritual, but scientifically sophisticated. Picture a lecture hall, its seats filled with students, as a professor explains how the Egyptians' use of natron prefigured modern preservatives. As you listen, let the blend of science and history calm your thoughts, a testament to the timelessness of human achievement. The study of mummies has also revealed the diversity of ancient Egyptian society. Picture the mummies of artisans, priests, and commoners, each preserved with varying degrees of care, their remains telling stories of a stratified yet interconnected world. Imagine a researcher uncovering the mummy of a woman, her body adorned with simple amulets, her life marked by the labor of weaving or farming. These mummies, less famous than those of the pharaohs, offer a glimpse into the lives of ordinary Egyptians, their hopes and dreams echoing those of their rulers. As you envision this, let the humanity of these stories soothe your mind, a reminder that every life, no matter how humble, was part of Egypt's eternal quest. The ethical debates surrounding mummies have also prompted new approaches to their study. Picture a team of archaeologists using non-invasive techniques, such as X-rays and 3D modeling, to explore a mummy without disturbing its rest. Imagine the care taken to consult with Egyptian authorities, ensuring that discoveries respect cultural heritage. These efforts, grounded in respect, reflect a growing awareness of the mummy's significance as more than scientific specimens. They are the remains of individuals who believed in eternity. Picture a researcher pausing to reflect, their heart heavy with the responsibility of their work. As you listen, let this reverence calm your thoughts, a gentle assurance that the past is treated with care. The discoveries of modern times have also inspired new questions about the future of mummification studies. Picture a scientist pondering the next breakthrough, perhaps a new imaging technique that reveals even finer details of a mummy's life. Imagine the possibility of virtual reality, allowing us to walk through a mummy's tomb without ever leaving the lab. These advancements, still on the horizon, promise to deepen our connection to the ancient world, bringing the Pharaohs' stories to life in new ways. Picture a future museum, its exhibits interactive, where visitors can explore a digital reconstruction of a tomb, its walls glowing with hieroglyphs. As you reflect on this, let the promise of discovery soothe your mind, a gentle tide that carries you toward rest. The study of mummies has also fostered international collaboration, uniting scholars across the globe. Picture a conference in Cairo, its rooms filled with researchers from Egypt, Europe, and beyond, their voices blending in a shared passion for discovery. Imagine the exchange of ideas, the debates over methodology, the shared awe at a new find. This collaboration, built on respect and curiosity, mirrors the communal effort of the ancient Egyptians, who worked together to honor the pharaohs. Picture the researchers, their faces lit by the glow of shared knowledge as they discuss the latest findings. As you listen, let this sense of unity calm your thoughts, a reminder that the quest for understanding transcends time. The legacy of mummification in modern times is one of wonder and respect, a testament to the enduring power of the ancient Egyptians' vision. Picture the mummies, their wrappings worn but intact, resting in museums or hidden in tombs yet to be found. Imagine the stories they still hold, the secrets waiting to be uncovered by future generations. The Pharaoh's quest for eternity lives on in our curiosity, our desire to connect with a civilization that dreamed of immortality. As you rest now, let the image of a mummy, silent yet eloquent, fill you with awe, a quiet wonder that invites you to drift closer to sleep. The study of mummification is a journey of discovery, a gentle unfolding of the past that speaks to our present. Picture the Nile, its waters flowing as they did millennia ago, a constant in a changing world. Imagine the pyramids, their stones weathered yet enduring, standing as sentinels of a lost age. The mummies, once sacred vessels, are now teachers, their stories a bridge between then and now. As you listen, let this connection wrap around you, a soft cocoon of calm, guiding you gently toward sleep. The mysteries of Egypt, unveiled by modern hands, continue to whisper, and you, dear listener, are carried along on their gentle tide. As we draw near the end of our journey, dear listener, let your mind linger on the timeless allure of mummification, a practice that has captivated hearts and imaginations for millennia. Picture the ancient sands of Egypt, where the Nile flows gently under a star-filled sky, its waters carrying the echoes of chants that once filled the air. The image of the mummy, wrapped in linen, sealed with resin, and adorned with amulets, is more than a relic of a bygone era. It is a symbol of mystery, resilience, and humanity's unyielding quest for immortality. As you settle into this moment, let your breath deepen, slow and steady, matching the rhythm of the river, and allow the enduring power of this ancient art to guide you into a place of deep, restful peace. The legacy of mummification stretches far beyond the tombs and temples of ancient Egypt, weaving itself into the fabric of human culture across centuries. Imagine a grand library, its shelves lined with ancient manuscripts, their pages yellowed but filled with stories of the pharaohs. Picture a scholar in the 19th century, his quill scratching softly as he records the discovery of a new tomb, his words capturing the awe of unearthing a mummy untouched by time. These early explorations, sparked by Napoleon's campaigns in Egypt, ignited a global fascination with the ancient world, a curiosity that continues to burn brightly. As you envision this, let the quiet rustle of pages soothe your thoughts, each word a bridge connecting you to a distant past. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922 by Howard Carter was a moment that set the world ablaze with wonder. Picture the narrow passage of the Valley of the Kings, its air thick with dust, as Carter's torchlight revealed a chamber filled with treasures, golden masks, alabaster jars, and a sarcophagus that held the young king's mummy. Imagine the world's reaction, the headlines in newspapers, the whispers of excitement in parlors and classrooms. Tutankhamun, a minor pharaoh in his time, became a global icon, his golden mask a symbol of Egypt's enduring mystery. Picture the mask, its serene features glowing in the dim light, its eyes seeming to hold secrets of eternity. As you reflect on this, let the thrill of discovery calm your mind, a gentle wave that carries you closer to rest. This fascination with mummies has permeated art, its influence seen in paintings, sculptures, and literature. Picture a Victorian parlor, its walls adorned with paintings inspired by Egypt's scenes of pyramids under starry skies, mummies resting in ornate sarcophagi, Imagine an artist, her brush dipped in ochre and gold, capturing the solemn beauty of a mummy's wrappings, the folds of linen rendered with delicate precision. These works, exhibited in galleries from London to Paris, brought the mystique of Egypt to distant shores, inviting viewers to ponder the meaning of life and death. As you visualize this, let the beauty of these images soothe your thoughts, each stroke a testament to the timeless allure of the ancient world. Literature, too, has been shaped by the enigma of mummification. Picture a dimly lit study where a writer pens a tale of adventure, the pages filled with stories of explorers uncovering hidden tombs. Imagine the novels of the 19th and 20th centuries, from Bram Stoker's The Jewel of Seven Stars to Anne Rice's The Mummy, each weaving the mummy into tales of mystery and the supernatural. Picture a reader curled up by a fireplace, their eyes tracing the words as they journey into the sands of Egypt, their imagination alight with visions of linen-wrapped figures and ancient curses. These stories, blending fact and fiction, have kept the mummy alive in our collective consciousness, a symbol of the unknown. As you listen, let the rhythm of these tales lull you, each sentence a soft step toward serenity. The silver screen has perhaps done more than any other medium to cement the mummy's place in modern culture. Picture a darkened movie theater, its audience hushed as the opening scenes of a classic film unfold. Imagine Boris Karloff as Imhotep in The Mummy, his eyes glowing with otherworldly power, his bandages unraveling to reveal a figure both fearsome and tragic. Picture the flickering light of the projector, casting shadows on the screen as the story weaves a tale of love, loss, and resurrection. These films, from the black and white classics to modern blockbusters, have made the mummy a cultural icon, a figure that evokes both wonder and a shiver of fear. As you envision this, let the soft hum of the projector calm your mind, its rhythm a gentle guide toward rest. Yet the mummy's allure is not just in its mystique, but in its humanity, a reminder of the lives behind the linen. Picture a museum exhibit, its lights soft and reverent, where a mummy rests in a glass case. Imagine the visitors, their voices hushed, as they read about the life of the person within a pharaoh, a priest, or perhaps a commoner who dreamed of eternity. The mummies, once sacred vessels, are now storytellers, their presence a bridge to a civilization that saw death not as an end, but as a beginning. Picture the delicate amulets, the faded hieroglyphs, each a clue to a life lived thousands of years ago. As you reflect on this, let the humanity of these stories soothe your thoughts, a gentle reminder that we are all part of a larger narrative. The enduring power of mummification lies in its resonance with our own search for meaning. Picture a philosopher, their desk cluttered with books, pondering the question of immortality. Imagine their thoughts drifting to the Egyptians, who believed that through mummification they could transcend the mortal coil. The idea of preserving the body for eternity speaks to a universal human desire to leave a mark, to be remembered, to endure beyond the fleeting years of life. Picture the pyramids, their stones standing firm against the sands of time, a testament to this dream. As you listen, let this universal quest calm your mind, a quiet assurance that our stories, like those of the Pharaohs, live on. Mummification has also inspired scientific inquiry, its techniques a precursor to modern preservation methods. Picture a chemist in a laboratory, their equipment humming softly as they study the properties of natron, marveling at its ability to halt decay. Imagine a medical historian, their notes filled with observations about the Egyptians' knowledge of anatomy, evident in the precise removal of organs and the careful preservation of the heart. These ancient practices, once guided by faith, have informed modern science, from embalming techniques to the study of tissue preservation. Picture a lecture hall, its seats filled with students, as a professor explains how the Egyptians' use of resins prefigured modern antiseptics. As you visualize this, let the blend of ancient wisdom and modern knowledge soothe your thoughts, a testament to the timelessness of human ingenuity. The mummy's influence extends to education, sparking curiosity in young and old alike. Picture a classroom, its walls adorned with posters of pyramids and hieroglyphs, where children listen wide-eyed to tales of Tutankhamun and Nefertiti. Imagine a teacher, their voice soft and engaging, explaining the rituals of mummification, the weighing of the heart, and the journey to the field of reeds. These lessons, taught in schools around the world, keep the legacy of Egypt alive, inspiring new generations to explore the past. Picture a child, their pencil sketching a scarab amulet, their imagination soaring to the banks of the Nile. As you listen, let the joy of learning calm your mind, a gentle reminder that knowledge is a bridge across time. The mummy has also become a symbol of adventure, a call to explore the unknown. Picture an archaeologist, their hat dusted with sand, as they uncover a tomb in the Egyptian desert. Imagine the thrill of discovery, the quiet excitement as a mummy is revealed, its wrappings intact, its story waiting to be told. This spirit of exploration, fueled by the allure of mummies, has inspired countless expeditions, from the early Egyptologists to modern researchers. Picture a documentary crew, their cameras rolling under the desert sun, capturing the moment a new find is shared with the world. As you envision this, let the thrill of adventure soothe your thoughts, a gentle tide that carries you toward rest. The cultural impact of mummification is also seen in its influence on fashion and design. Picture a runway, its lights bright, where models wear dresses inspired by Egyptian motifs, golden scarabs, lotus flowers, and the iconic Eye of Horus. Imagine a jewelry designer, their workbench scattered with sketches, crafting pieces that echo the amulets found in ancient tombs. These modern creations, from clothing to home decor, carry the aesthetic of Egypt into our daily lives, a subtle nod to a civilization that prized beauty and eternity. Picture a necklace, its pendant gleaming with the shape of an ankh, the symbol of life, worn close to the heart. As you reflect on this, let the elegance of these designs calm your mind, each piece a whisper of ancient artistry. The mummy's legacy is also one of reflection, inviting us to ponder our own mortality. Picture a quiet moment, perhaps at dusk, as you stand before a museum display, gazing at a mummy's serene face. Imagine the thoughts that arise, questions about life, death, and what lies beyond. The Egyptians, with their intricate rituals and grand tombs, believed that death was a continuation, a journey to a new realm. Their faith, so vividly expressed in mummification, encourages us to consider our own beliefs, our own hopes for what comes next. Picture the stars above, their light steady and eternal, a reminder that we, too, are part of a cosmic story. As you listen, let these reflections soothe your thoughts, a gentle assurance that life's mysteries are part of its beauty. The enduring power of mummification is also evident in its role as a cultural unifier. Picture a global exhibition, its halls filled with visitors from every corner of the world, all drawn to the mummies and their stories. Imagine the shared awe, the universal wonder, as people of different cultures stand before the same golden mask, the same linen-wrapped figure. The mummies, once the preserve of Egypt's elite, now belong to humanity, their legacy a testament to our shared heritage. Picture a family, their voices soft, as they discuss the meaning of a scarab amulet, their connection to the past a bond that transcends borders. As you envision this, let this sense of unity calm your mind, a reminder that we are all linked by the stories we tell. The mummy's influence has also shaped our understanding of preservation, not just of bodies, but of culture and memory. Picture a librarian, their hands gentle as they handle an ancient papyrus, its surface inscribed with spells from the Book of the Dead. Imagine a conservator, their tools precise, working to preserve a mummy's wrappings for future generations. These efforts, like those of the ancient embalmers, are acts of devotion, a commitment to keeping the past alive. Picture a digital archive, its servers humming softly, storing images of mummies, and their artifacts for all to access. As you reflect on this, let the care of preservation soothe your thoughts, a gentle assurance that the past endures in our hands. The fascination with mummies has also inspired creative reinterpretations, blending the ancient with the modern. Picture a graphic novel, its pages filled with vibrant illustrations of mummies and gods, telling new stories rooted in ancient myths. Imagine a composer, their notes flowing, crafting a symphony inspired by the rhythms of Egyptian chants, its melody evoking the Nile's gentle flow. These modern works, from art to music, keep the spirit of mummification alive, transforming it into something new yet timeless. Picture a concert hall, its lights dim as the music swells, carrying the audience to the sands of Egypt. As you listen, let the creativity of these works calm your mind, a gentle tide that carries you toward rest. The mummy's legacy is also one of resilience, a testament to the enduring nature of human ambition. Picture the pyramids, their stones standing firm against millennia of wind and sand, their presence a silent promise of eternity. Imagine the mummies within, their bodies preserved through the ingenuity of their creators, defying the ravages of time. This resilience speaks to our own desire to endure, to create something that outlasts us. Picture a writer, their pen moving steadily, crafting a story that will be read for generations, inspired by the mummy's quest for immortality. As you reflect on this, let the strength of this legacy soothe your thoughts, a quiet assurance that our efforts too can endure. The mummies have also inspired spiritual reflection, their presence a catalyst for exploring the divine. Picture a temple, its air heavy with incense, where modern seekers meditate on the Egyptians' beliefs. Imagine a scholar studying the Book of the Dead, their mind tracing the journey of the soul through the underworld. The rituals of mummification, with their focus on the Kaaba and Ak, invite us to consider the nature of the soul, its journey, and its place in the cosmos. Picture a quiet moment, perhaps under a starry sky. As you ponder these questions, the mummy's faith a gentle guide. As you listen, let these spiritual reflections calm your mind, a reminder that the search for meaning is universal. The enduring power of mummification is also seen in its ability to inspire wonder in the everyday. Picture a child, their eyes bright, as they visit a museum and see a mummy for the first time. Imagine their questions, their curiosity about the people who created such wonders, their minds alight with possibilities. This wonder, sparked by the mummies, is a gift, a reminder that the past is not distant, but alive in our imaginations. Picture a family, their voices soft, as they share stories of Egypt over dinner, the mummies a thread that weaves through their conversation. As you envision this, let the joy of wonder soothe your thoughts, a gentle light that guides you toward peace. The mummies have also become a symbol of mystery, their presence evoking questions that may never be fully answered. Picture a researcher, their desk cluttered with notes, pondering the secrets still hidden within a mummy's wrappings. Imagine the allure of an unopened tomb, its entrance sealed, its contents a mystery waiting to be explored. This sense of the unknown, of stories yet to be told, is part of the mummy's enduring power, a reminder that there is always more to discover. Picture the desert, its sands shifting under the moonlight, hiding secrets that await the next generation. As you reflect on this, let the mystery calm your mind, a gentle invitation to embrace the unknown. The legacy of mummification is also one of connection, linking us to the ancient Egyptians through shared human experiences. Picture a mother, her voice soft, telling her child the story of Osiris and Isis, their love a thread that runs through time. Imagine a community gathered to celebrate an exhibit of Egyptian artifacts, their shared awe a bond that transcends centuries. The mummies, with their stories of life, death, and hope, remind us that we are all part of a larger story, one that stretches from the past to the present and beyond. As you listen, let this connection wrap around you, a warm embrace that carries you closer to rest. As we conclude our journey, picture the Nile once more, its waters flowing gently under a star-filled sky, its surface reflecting the light of Orion, the constellation of Osiris. Imagine the pyramids, their stones warm from the day's sun, standing as silent sentinels of a civilization that dreamed of eternity. The mummies, wrapped in linen, sealed in their tombs, are more than relics. They are a testament to the human spirit, to the desire to transcend, to endure, to touch the divine. Picture a mummy, its face serene, resting in a museum or a hidden tomb, its presence a whisper of hope, a promise that life's beauty can persist. Let this final image wrap around you like the soft linen of a mummy's wrappings, gentle and comforting, guiding you into a place of deep, restful peace. The Pharaohs' secrets, once hidden in the sands, now live in our hearts, their legacy a beacon of wonder that lights the way to dreams. As you drift into sleep, imagine the gentle lapping of the Nile, the soft rustle of papyrus, the quiet hum of ancient chants. The mysteries of Egypt, timeless and eternal, will wait for you, dear listener, as you sail into the realm of dreams, carried on the gentle tide of their enduring power.